Hey everyone. Alright, we are now back at camp. Long walk from Sacred Stone, but we're here now. You can see there's some smoke really billowing right there. It's just like a... Jeez, wow. That is really going. We're gonna walk forward here and see what's going on. You can hear some yelling by the entrance of the camp. There's smoke just going right here. Another fire right there. So we're pretty much 40 minutes away from the raid time right now. It's 1:20 p.m. So for those of us joining here, the raid is going to start in about 40 minutes. The forced removal of these peaceful and prayerful water protectors will begin in about a half hour, 40 minutes. And there's just look at that fire! Wow. Man. There's got some snow right now, and I'm just trying to move up here, go toward the entrance to kind of get a better sense of what's going on here. Probably shouldn't breathe this in right here, covering my face. The air is just filled with smoke right now. You can barely breathe. You guys have a warming space? Like a warm spot you can go in? Thanks. So we're just warming up real quick.
You know what? Clarence needs to go with him because he's Fallon's guardian. He's Raymond's guardian. But then his back. Pick up Carrie and take both of them.
Yeah, because Carrie's man was going to make it to Cheyenne River. Yeah. Well, then let's go down to Cheyenne River. Are you coming?
Yeah. Go.
Maybe look.
Hi, sorry.
That's okay.
So I'm trying to get back outside right now. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Just slide in. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. So we're about a half hour from the raid time or forced removal time, and this is the camp. We're here right now, watching it unfold. We're bringing you live updates. Make sure you know what's happening. Make sure you get the full perspective of the people here and understand what they're going through right now. I mean, the weather is just so awful right now. I mean, it was snowing all day. Now it's like raining and it's sprinkling, and it's just really difficult right now to be out here. Looks like the exit's getting closed right now.
That's where I climbed. So you guys can read it. What's on it?
What does it mean to you to be here, to stand ground?
It's our water, I mean, like, it's crap that we're going to be serving time for this. Like, we know
They can take pictures of the sign.
you stay here, you know it's crap. I don't know what to do. I know.
So yeah, we're here at the North Gate. If you're joining us now, North Gate of the Oceti camp, they are putting up some barbed wire right now. Indigenous sovereignty protects land, air, water sign. This is it, folks. It's happening.
legitimacy to arrest you. You cannot disobey somebody or some entity that does not have the legitimate spiritual or legal authority to assert dominion over you. So we say that we are engaging in civil resistance, and we came to arrest colonization. We came to arrest those forces that seek to perpetrate dominion and violence over all native nations in our hemisphere. But they are going to make a peaceful stand, and they may get apprehended. But we are here to make a point that the forces of colonization only have fear and force on their side, and we have truth and spiritual liberation on our side.
So what was the plan? First of all, are we standing on treaty ground? This is the dirt that you're standing on. This is treaty ground right here.
Absolutely. Native nations have entered into internationally binding agreements. We recognize the sovereignty and we gave legitimacy to these forces of colonization, which became the United States, which were based in Spain, in France, in Portugal, in Great Britain, which were based on the faulty and fictitious legal doctrines which derive from the doctrine of discovery, the doctrine of Christian discovery. And so, for us to be here, asserting ourselves in a place which we were militarily prevented from entering since 1889, it is a wake-up call to native nations, because right now we could face termination. We could face a cutting off of our rations again, which has happened with the roadblock here, the most militarized roadblock in history. Native nations, which are the prior sovereigns here, we don't really provide for ourselves right now. So when it comes to our water security, our food security, our housing security, and our energy security, we are going to find out very quickly that it all flows from federal wealth, from the federal regime. And you cannot bite the hand that feeds you, and the hand that feeds you is the hand that can starve you. And we've been starved out of our birthright to be in this territory, and we are being militarily and forcibly removed from this territory, which is ours by birthright, back into the confines of the reservation. History is repeating itself.
What do you think about this also taking us out of here, the media? What do you think about these police silencing the media?
Well, we're used to these tactics. Over the last 6 months, during those arrests, during those actions, we see technology being used not only to prevent live feeds, but to force batteries to go dead. And so there's been an active effort to silence the media. Journalists, high-profile journalists, have been arrested on site here. But right now, it's most important for independent media to get their stories out. And for those out who are able to receive our truths, it's most important that we ask that you share our truths, because they are being stifled and they are being minimized by a corporate media that works in North Dakota in collusion with the North Dakota National Guard, the North Dakota law enforcement, the North Dakota governor, both governors, and the North Dakota Republican-led legislature, which has further criminalized the actions of water protectors and is putting them at risk of felony charges right now. We are advised that there are laws on the books that are waiting for the governor's signature, which would turn a lot of the civil resistance, the peaceful and prayerful acts, it would turn them into felonies, such as being around unlawful activity, obstructing a government function, when we are merely trying to exert our constitutional rights, even rights under the North Dakota Century Code to be on the hill. They don't necessarily have a right to block this highway. The Army Corps of Engineers doesn't have a right to tell American citizens where their free speech zone.
People, they're going to stay here.
On unarmed water protectors at the behest of the corporation who are behind this pipeline, and the North Dakota law enforcement, which is carrying out the dictates of that corporate state. There could be violence, but it's not going to come from water protectors. It's going to come from law enforcement. Risking federal criminal trespass charges. But as you can see, there are still a good number of people here. People are committed. Everybody has different levels of commitment in their civil resistance, but they are standing in peace and in prayer, and sending a wake-up call to the whole world that we need to get woke, we need to stay woke, and we need to be cognizant of our responsibilities to the sacred waters, the sacred lands, and the natural beings, which have a prior and superior right to exist before us as human beings.
Talk about the seventh generation real quick and how this is all coming to a head.
Yes, there's a prophecy among many indigenous cultures which relates that during the seventh generation, and there are many interpretations of what the seventh generation means, just like there are different interpretations about ages and times. But right now, we believe that we are in the seventh generation. There are sacred things happening, like just yesterday, before winter has left, before the seasons have changed, thunder beings have arrived. And that's the second time this winter that thunder and lightning have come in the middle of blizzards, in a time when winter is still upon us. So we know that sacred times are upon us. There is the prophecy of the black snake, that when the black snake should come through our lands, that we would be in grave danger, that it would be a time that we are given a choice on whether to wake up and to recognize our sacred duties and to respect our relationship with the water, the lands, the sacred sites, and the natural beings of this universe. We call that a regenerative civilization. And we have lived like that for untold millennia. And if human beings live in that way, the way that the West calls primitive or uncivilized, we can actually live on Mother Earth for untold millennia to come. But now, with the Industrial Revolution, with big finance and big extraction and everything that those institutions represent, we human beings, to say nothing of nation states, have a shelf life, an immediate shelf life, and we are susceptible to extinction, along with the species that we are destroying, the water that we're poisoning, the forests that we are disappearing, and the earth which we are taking for granted. So we need to wake up right now.
Sorry that we take a lot of time. I appreciate it, Chase.
All right, Chase, how's it going?
Are you live, brother?
Yeah, we're live. Actually, we have 2,000 people watching almost. So, what do you want to tell these guys, man? I mean, I've been walking through the camp, showing them pictures. Can you talk about what's going on here?
Yes.
Just give them a quick update.
Well, I just want to say thank you. You know, it's a heavy feeling being out here. It's a heavy heart that we carry. If you look behind us, you can see burned out teepees. You can see burned out ceremonial structures that the people here have chosen to burn in ceremony rather than to let them be bulldozed. And the scenes that you're seeing, the skeletons of burned out teepees, harken back and remind us of the Sand Creek massacre, of the Washita, of the Wounded Knee massacre, of the forced removal of the ethnic cleansing by the very same forces that were here with the conquistadors and the search for gold, which then became the beginning of currency, the beginning of fiat currency, big extraction, the carbon economy, the military prison industrial complex, the modern corporate state, what is represented by fashion, by beauty, by the entire advertising industry, the very economic reality that is propped up before every human being on this globe and sold as civilization. That's the enemy that we name, and that enemy isn't the white man. It's not any race or skin color or religion or any man-made or synthetic classification. That enemy is a negative force which has now antagonized all of humanity and all of Mother Earth, the natural beings from which we derive our very self-determination, our very existence, and our very civilizations. And so it is a heavy feeling to be here, but it's also signifying the beginning of our ability as human beings to unify in the fight against Trump tyranny, in the fight for our human rights, our treaty rights, and our constitutional rights. This is just the beginning. We're turning the page. So we need to be united, we need to stay strong, and realize that liberty flows from the front line and in the streets, and true patriots of this land, who love this land and who love its waters, need to unite right now to save our hemisphere and our countries.
So it looks like they actually set fire to the front entrance security building. Yeah, what do you have to say? What's going on, man? That's also like ceremonial, yeah?
Yeah, I don't. That's the outpost that's known as Bravo 1 on site, and I think people are choosing to, put their own structures down rather than to let the militarized corporate forces bulldoze them
Right.
for them. I think that's what's going on. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it looks like we have about 15 minutes until 2 p.m. What's going to happen at 2, Chase? What's going on?
I would imagine that we don't know what's going to
Right.
happen, but the law enforcement is right. I mean, they're 10 feet from us.
Here, let's actually check it out, guys. Hang on one second. Here's a state trooper right here, actually. Speak of the devil. And it looks like they're all perched up there. Yep, guys, this is it. This is really happening. The entrance has been set ablaze. And you can feel the heat right here. You can feel it. It's really something. I mean, you got all these journalists here covering it. You got all these people right here moving their stuff. I mean, guys, it's go time right now. It's 15 minutes until 2. I mean, things are really escalating right now. As you can see, share this, please, so people see what's going on. That is really burning. Again, if you're joining us now, this is the front entrance to the camp right here, to the Oceti camp, and you can see people gathering down there. And you can see the media walking around. Yeah, this fire is really something. That smoke too, would you look at that. So as Chase was saying, if you're joining us now, he's saying that, you know, this burning is like a ceremonial burning because they don't want the Army Corps to come and destroy the structures they built, you know, that they've worked so hard to maintain, and they don't want to give them the pleasure of tearing it down. They want to, you know, do it on their terms, and that's what's going on here. They're doing it on their terms. Check that out. The TV, I don't know if you can read it. It says the revolution will not be televised. We're looking at 12 minutes before 2 o'clock. See the people gathering down there. Now this is, if you're a photographer, this is like your dream picture right here. This is like absolutely incredible. Let's go check back in with Chase, see what he has to say. Yo, Chase, did you call those journalists?
They're done for them.
Oh, you called them all?
Yeah.
All of them? New York Times, what's going on with
New
them?
York Times and CBS.
Okay, and you set it up? And you're already did the interviews, right?
Oh, CBS.
And you're gonna do the Skype with the New York Times? Okay, cool. Hey, where are you guys going?
Where's your car at?
My car's by Sacred Stone. It's the Sacred Stone. I should go with you guys? Well, shouldn't I stay and record this?
You should, but they're gonna arrest you.
They're They're gonna arrest me pretty soon? Alright, well, let's not get arrested, guys. Getting in the car right now. You can see they're getting ready to do their thing. Excuse me, sir. How much time do we have?
Actually, you got all the time you want.
Yeah.
If you move to the south side of the main gate,
Okay.
just go down to that side. That way, if people come out, they can come to the north unobstructed.
Okay,
And you can be there as long as you want.
and the journalists, you're not going to bother them at all? You're not going to bother us? Yeah, okay.
Anyone that turns up to go south,
Uh-huh.
they can go back south. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay. All right, thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So you heard it from the horse's mouth right there. It looks like they're not going to harass us as long as we stay by the southern entrance. So we'll go and see what happens there. He was just saying that it's okay if we go by the southern entrance over there and like park up there. They said they wouldn't bother us. So yeah, here we are, guys. We've got 9 minutes until they're supposed to do the raid or forceful removal of the peaceful and prayerful water protectors. So this is what's happening, people. You're right here getting it from LPLP. And we have people in DC who are working with the politicians and helping in whatever way we can with those court cases. And we're keeping the fight alive in DC. But it looks like the fight here is about to get shrunk. And people are moving to the Cheyenne River Camp, which is just about maybe like a quarter mile from here, just down the road here. And what happened with that is the Cheyenne River tribe leased 25 acres from Standing Rock. And so they're using that as a space for people who are needing to evacuate today. And it looks like we're off here. I should probably switch my position so I don't fall off the truck. There goes another fire, as you can see there. Driving right now, as you can see. I'm trying to go toward the south gate. You could hear screaming and yelling in the background. People are very emotional right now about this. As you know, a lot of people have been living here for months, almost a year for some people, and this is their home. This is the community that they became a part of, and today is the end of that, so it's a very emotional day for everyone. Share this video if you haven't. Share, so people can see what's going on right now. This is the real deal. You're getting it live from LPLP. Right, the people who are mentioning about the burning, like Chase was saying, it's a ceremonial thing. I mean, they've built these, they've maintained these, and they don't want to give them the pleasure of taking it away from them. They want to, you know, put them down on their own terms. So just keep that in mind. These aren't, you know, like hooligans that just, you know, or anarchists who want to, you know, down with the government or anything. I mean, these are peaceful, prayerful people here who just want access to clean water. And don't want. I don't know, man. It's just working. Is there any way you can join on? I could try to get you on. Yeah. Yeah. Just meet me. I don't know where we're going. That's the thing. Where'd he go? It looks like BuzzFeed's trying to tether off our internet. Or whatever the word is. I'm really bad with internet lingo. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, we're leaving the camp right now. We're going to the south gate, which is right ahead, right there, right up ahead. You'll see some small little fire over there. What was that? Okay. So it looks like a lot of people are having issues live streaming. So. You know, we're kind of lucky that ours is not giving us any issues. But I have seen comments that people said there's issues with audio and stuff. You could really smell the smoke. So, all right, let's see. Whose car is this?
This is Kyle's.
Oh, for sure. Can I roll with you?
Yeah, if you don't fall out.
Yeah,